Hey everyone, today is February 21st, and we have a lot to talk about baseball-wise today. So, first, sort of the big news, and kind of big news in the baseball world, funny enough, is the Yankees deciding to basically remove their facial hair policy. So, of course, if you are aware, for pretty much ever, before I was born, obviously, they had this rule where if you play for the Yankees, you cannot have sort of big beards and everything like that. You can have mustaches, I'm pretty sure, and then also just sort of like can't have sort of like unkempt hair and stuff like that. So interesting that they decided to remove this. Kind of it is like an old fashioned rule, but it was one of those things that sort of made the Yankees in a kind of dumb way. The Yankees are always just, they're the sort of high class American team. You know what I mean? Like they don't have names on their jerseys because everyone's supposed to know the entire roster and stuff like that. Honestly, I'd rather they add names to the back of jerseys before they take away this like facial hair rule. But a lot of people are joking online that they took one look at Devin Williams without facial hair and they said, "Nah, gotta go. That rule's gotta go." So interesting. We'll see like what kind of crazy sort of stuff happens. Obviously, like Garrett Cole for a long time in his when he was younger, like on his Pirates days, he had pretty big beard and everything. So we'll see what happens. It'll be kind of fun. Really like, one of my favorite players, of course, of all time is Andrew Miller. And if you look at him, Yankee Andrew Miller, and then Indians and Cardinals Andrew Miller, completely different vibe, completely different aura, So, it would have been cool if they removed that rule, a decade ago, and he could have had facial hair, when he was a Yankee. But anyway, Orioles, I guess, too, because he was on the Orioles, then he went, Orioles legend, Andrew Miller, of course, for 1 year. He pitched in, 2 playoff games or something, 2014. Anyway, so yeah, that's sort of general news. One other thing that's very interesting, there's been a lot of stuff that lasts 24, 36 hours. After I did my video yesterday, there was this report or whatever that Manfred basically said, who is the commissioner, of course, that after this year, they're going to not have a partnership or whatever with ESPN, which I think is really awesome because ESPN does not give a care about baseball. It's so obvious. All the ESPN broadcasts are always so bad. All the people they get on are just they're just not entertaining or good, have good analysis and stuff, So I really like that he's sort of just saying, okay, God, you got to respect the game. You have to respect the game. It's growing. We have so many young talent in the game that can really grow the overall scene of baseball, in my generation, because there's I think mostly people would say football and basketball are above baseball, which not that there needs to be this rivalry between the sports, but that's why all the sports take place at different times of the year, But definitely when it gets to summer, ESPN broadcasts suck because they don't care about baseball, So anyway, really happy about that, honestly. I think that's really good. What I want this to turn into is more like, okay, next year they redo a deal, but they are more committed to baseball. Because I think not having one of the biggest sports on ESPN, which is, one of the biggest sports networks, is bad. But it'd be awesome if they took this opportunity to go, okay, we're going to revision things and fully recommit to baseball. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Then to Cubs news, man, the vibes, man. The vibes are immaculate. The vibes are really, really, really good. So Pete Crow Armstrong changed his number from 52 to 4. The whole numbers things, I know a lot of people, because Chicago is one of those, it's a sports city, of course. Yeah, it's a huge sports city, but it is sort of at that level where people care about jersey numbers. And I know there's a whole people want Caleb Williams to go back to 13 or something like that, instead of 18, or I think that's what it is. So there's a lot of, jersey tie, and I'm just like, that's a Yankees thing. The Yankees can have the whole jersey, no, you have to have a low number if you're, or like having a high number, or whatever. Anyway, so Pete Armstrong's changed his number from 52 to 4, which 4 is a pretty good number for the single digits, And so the story about how that happened is, of course, this, I feel like I'm getting shorter because my legs are spreading out. So, but, this spring training, Pete Armstrong, he came with the blue stars in his hair, and, he's just a crazy, not crazy, but he's a very energetic young guy. And of course, he's a, very fast runner and all this, and, he definitely encapsulates the Javi Baez energy, pretty well, and that is one of his favorite players. So, and ironically, he got traded for him, or they, the Mets traded Cubs PCA, and then they traded to the Mets Javi Baez and Trevor Williams. That was a while ago, but anyway. So the story is, PCA, I guess, and them are playing basketball, playing hoops, and Jed Hoyer comes down because he's one of the guys, and says, if I make this basket or whatever, you have to change your number. You need a fast guy number. So he made the shot and changed his name, and of course we know Jed Hoyer might be the greatest basketball player behind Michael Jordan in Chicago history because of his, photo where he's hanging off the hoop. That was peak Jed's League era from a couple of years ago, but kind of fell down. Hopefully we're back up. Hopefully we're going back up, especially if they make the playoffs. But yeah, vibes are really good. Cubs are just, I'm really excited. I'm getting pretty excited. Yeah, I think that, not that there's been any rumors or whatever, but I do think they might just be done adding. I still would love to see another bullpen guy, maybe another starter, probably more bullpen guy, maybe even a trade. But I don't think this deep in the spring training is going to happen. So yeah, Rizzo, of course, I mentioned this in the other video. Was that yesterday or the day before? Rizzo still doesn't have a team. That'd be really sad if he does not get a team. He was not good with the Yankees, but it's Anthony Rizzo. You'd think that he'd have always a ticket back to Chicago. So we'll see. All right, have a good one, guys. I'll see you later. Bye bye.